Hello, hello. Hope you guys doing fantastic today. I have a quick update on Captain Poland. I found few ways of improving your character even further. The first way is absolutely free. The second way is depends. It's not going to be very costly. It's going to cost you from one divine to like two divines maybe. But let's jump into it. Let's go the showcase because the character changed a little bit. All right, we got a like tier 16 here. Not too tough. It's just you know, classic tier 16 map. Like I believe 2 damage mods. Yeah, it's critical and extra fire. We should be absolutely fine. And as you can see, the area of effect increased further. The area is even bigger, and my damage from the Warcry, from the corrupted blood itself, is so big at this point that if I really wanted to, I could not use... I don't have to use my ability, right? My Earth Shatter. I could just literally walk through monsters and kill them just like that. And that's not big of a problem. And why did that happen? Why is my area even bigger than before? I'm going to tell you after the map showcase. But the character, I decided to drop some of the tank nodes because some of the tankiness, as you can see, 6,500 health only, only. Because I'm currently level 96. I hit it like a few maps ago, and while mapping, I haven't died a single time in this character yet. I can't jump over this crevice. I haven't died a single time yet, and I didn't really think that getting like additional extra resistances or something was worth it, so I decided that I'm going to drop them. It's obviously up to you. That's the beauty of Path of Exile. Like you can adapt to what your character needs, and if you need additional resistances, you can invest into them. If you need more damage, you can invest into it. It's just like the job of a build creator to like guide you in the right way, so that in case you need some changes to your character is not completely bricked. That's the job of a content creator, to like build a tree properly, so that if you need to, you can invest into more defense or more tankiness, or more damage if you need to, right? But the area at this point is, I would say, sufficient so that I never have to think about like increasing my area and damage on this build again. Like this is just enough at this point. Of course, you know, we're not talking about like super expensive stuff like Adorned. There is, I believe, like bugged interaction with Adorned right now, and with the Time Lost Jewels that allows you to like just have insane jewels. We're going to know if this is intended or not soon, because GGG's, you know, came back from the Christmas break. If this is intended, then number one, the prices of Adorned Jewel will skyrocket. Number two, I'm definitely going to look forward to it and try to min-max this character as much as possible. But I haven't really had time to put you know, to get this many upgrades, because we had a lot of holidays in Poland, at least. We had holidays yesterday, there was Sunday day before, I spent a lot of time with my family. We had, of course, New Year's, we had Christmas before that. So that's also one of the reasons why I've been uploading only like every 2 or 3 days. But this will change. This will change. I'm going to make like 1 or 2 videos from this character. Then I'm going to probably start working on another melee class, because we're mostly going to be doing melee on this channel. I've been doing melee for I don't know how long. PoE 1. This is my by far favorite archetype, and the same thing is going to happen in PoE 2. So what we're going to do afterwards is possibly going to be a monk. You know, just to be able to compare like how monk is compared to like you know, Warrior if the difference is as massive as people make it out to be. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, as you can see, this is a a semi-dangerous map because this extra fire plus critical strike damage, and even though I dropped quite a bit of tankiness, this character, as I said before, like this character is just like, it's dying is an option on this character. Like if you don't want to die, you don't really have to. It's your choice. The famous words of Marco Pierre White. It's your choice, really. Like you can die, but you don't have to, really. Like it's your choice. So I'm gonna finish this map real fast. You could invest into more area if you wanted to. You absolutely could. This is not this build's final form. I've noticed that it's probably pointless at this point. Also, one thing that you have to notice is that this ability explodes people in your presence. Predator presence is 6 meters. Our Warcry's radius right now is pretty much very close to 6 meters. So investing like insanely much into more radius to like 7-8 meters or something like that wouldn't necessarily be optimal because you won't be exploding corpses. This is one more breach, guys. I mean, I'm gonna do it. One more breach. I'm gonna pick up the loot later, as always. But it's really fun. The damage increased. The pops, the corpse explosion, does more damage than ever before, because of the damage boosts. And it's not that easy to scale its damage because it only scales with area damage, general damage, percent increased damage, and I believe global physical damage because these explosions are physical damage. So it's not easy to scale that, but I found a way, and it's most likely not going to cost too much. And on top of that, it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be fun. And the upgrade that I have is definitely not the best one. You can find a better one for sure. But I'm going to show you. Let's finish this up. As you can see, jumping into 200 breach monsters, no problem. I'm probably going to make a video if I die while mapping on this character, because that's going to be such a monumental moment. So at this point, I do not believe that you can actually die while mapping on this character. But yeah, that's it. That's the character. The area increased, the damage increased. Once again, if this is something that you don't need, you can keep the tankiness. But what I did is I dropped the maximum resistance from here. I dropped from the tree number 1, so the mapping tree, I dropped this block chance here and block chance here. We're sitting at 62%. With Swollen, this is about 85% effective block chance. So you're blocking 6 out of 7 hits coming towards you, which is still, like, as you saw, this was 2 damage mod map, and what? You're basically full HP. And what I did is, which, it's not easy to see to begin with, I respect these nodes, and I put them over here, and I did something like this. Since I only had 2 points left from the weapon swap number 1, and 2 points left from weapon swap number 2, the problem here is that I could respect points from this set from a single target damage setup. No problem, like this point, for example. Like, I had many points to respect, and I would be fine. The problem is that from weapon set number 1, I can't. Because every point, it's pretty much, I can't spare any points at this point, because every point I would drop is going to be one of these notables. It's just, I can't spare more, right? So I just dropped this small node here, this small node here, which is 9% block chance. That's acceptable. And what I did is I put these 2 points from global tree, and then for the weapon damage, for the single target swap, these 2, which are very efficient, and increased damage with Warcries, and Warcry skills have 25% increased area of effect. Now you might think, yo, increased damage with Warcries, that doesn't do anything. Like, you don't do damage with Seismic Cry, because it's low level to begin with, to lower the life cost when you use it. You do damage with the pops and with Corrupted Blood. Here is the thing that it's extremely unintuitive, but I've figured out the hard way that actually how it works. Look at my damage right now, right? It's 724. I'm going to respect these 2 points. Boom. Just these 2 points were about 15%, are 15% more damage from corrupted blood, and its area at the same time. It's actually quite visible because this is a decent amount. Area scales very nicely in PoE too, so this is actually like almost screen wide at this point, and the damage goes up. Why the increased damage with War Cries also counts into corrupted blood? I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. You can't even blame me for that because, well, it's actually even more than I thought because now it shows 1900, so I guess it's like a... Oh, never mind. It's because the game was paused. Yeah. Why does the damage with War Cries count into corrupted blood? Which is... This is a support, by the way. This is not a War Cry. Why does it... It was very unintuitive, and I was surprised when I tested it. But this is how it works. This is 40% increased damage with corrupted blood at the same time. This is an additional 16%. This is 60%, and this is area. This cluster, at the end of the day, is pretty insane because for the second weapon swap, you also get 48% increased damage for 3 points, which is really massive. And once again, you can empower every single attack, so every single attack gets that 48%. This is massive. And if you were struggling with clear or your damage was slightly too low because you didn't stack enough strength yet, this will fix it. This is a lot. This is 72% increased damage with War Cries, which is going to count into corrupted blood. That is a lot. These 3 points are going to be like 20%, maybe even more, 25-30% more damage with corrupted blood, and this will make difference. 25% increased area of effect, also very nice because, as I said before, your presence from this thing is 6 meters. The pops will work in 6 meter radius. Right now, the radius on these is 5.7. So it's kind of like perfect, right? You don't need to invest more into that. This is really good. Very nice combination. And that's it when it comes to upgrade number 1. Upgrade number 2 is going to be very interesting. So what I found is, I have no idea why I didn't see this jewel before, but there is a jewel. Usually they're worth 1 divine, but they're also more expensive ones. There is this jewel called Megalomaniac. It's taken from PoE 1, and what this jewel does is it allocates 2 to 3, sometimes it's 3 when you're lucky, 2 to 3 notables from the tree. So basically this worked like 2 or 3 anointments, additional anointments. But they're always random. You need to find the correct ones. And what I did is I found Escalation, which is this node, which is freaking insane, by the way, because this basically reads as you have like 40% increased damage, right? Like pretty much while mapping permanently. And this 40% increased damage is very valuable because it works on your pops, it works on corrupted blood. This is a very good notable, and I never could get into it because on the way there's a lot of bad nodes, right? And the War Cry speed also very nice. What I did is I found one with Escalation and tried to find another notable that's going to be somewhat useful, and I did. We had another one with Heavy Weaponry, and Heavy Weaponry increases your melee damage and gives you 15 strength, right? And this is really good. Now, if you're going to find... First of all, I'm going to show you how to find these. So, you type PoE2DB, because it's going to be... For people that don't know, it's going to be impossible to find this in an appropriate way. You type PoE2DB, you click on it. Boom. Select Jewels. You select Megalomaniac. You select the market over here. And here you have all the list of the notables in the game, right? Let's just say that you want Escalation. Control F, Escalation. Boom, you click on it. And boom. You have Escalation with different notables. And at this point, you can check all these notables. Like let's just say you select Towering Shield. There is the one for 2 divines with Towering Shield, right? And you try to look where it is, and boom, this will allocate this on top of Escalation. And that's a, well, this is not a great, unfortunately, this is not a great notable for us, but that's just an example. You can also search in a different way. Here you have these all weird numbers, right? Like at the first look in the beginning, like, oh, what are these numbers? there is a reason why they exist. You use the PoE trait, right? You type allocate, and you're gonna have like pink like searches here, right? So this reads as the second, excuse me, this reads as the first notable from here. And since they can roll 3, as you can see over here, this will read, the third one will read as a second notable from the Megalomaniac, and this will read as the fourth one over there is going to read as a third one from Megalomaniac. So for example, if you want to search these through the numbers, I think this is a little bit more convoluted, and it's not going to, like, if you want to have like very advanced search, you can do that. But let's just say you want Heavy Blade, right? You select this number, you put this number over here, you put this number over here, everywhere, and you change this to count, because that's going to pick one of these, and you put number 1, and boom, and here you have a Heavy Blade, right? And if you want 2 different ones, then for example you want the one with Heavy Blade and you want the one with, I don't know, Feather Fletching, this is going to be this number, right? You put this over here, and you change to 2, excuse me, add stat group, count 1 as well, and you do the same thing. This is very, I bet that the PoE trait guy will change that in the future, and it's going to be easier to search for those. But you put this number over here, and boom. And none of them are available because, again, none of these exist, because it's going to be hard to find the one with 2 exact ones that you're looking for. But just an idea, right? There's so many options here. You can look for. There's like I made a short list of the notables that are very, very strong. For example, you have option here, acceleration. This is basically reads as 10% increased attack speed, 10% Warcry speed, and 3% movement speed for us. Very powerful node. You can look for something like parrying motion, 12% increased block chance, and movement speed every time you block. This will actually increase your movement speed while mapping. This is a very interesting one. There is really many, like literally, like you can match and combine these. This one definitely could get better, the one that I have, but I decided to go for it. I didn't even look for a long time. I just bought it, right? This one is very strong again because it's, you know, basically 40% increased damage. There is like some insane nodes here. Cremation is insane. Volcanic Skin is like okay. This one is pretty decent. This one is very good. Immolation. This one is good. Titanic is good. There is so many different combinations you can find. And again, you don't have to do all that stuff over here. You absolutely do not have to. What you can do is just find the notable that you're looking for. Just say you're looking for beef, right? Find beef. Boom. For some reason, they're insanely expensive. Because, you know, beef is not that powerful of a node. It's 25 strength only. But you found beef, and then you're just searching what these other ones are. And the moment you find 2 that are good, then you can just buy them and enjoy the actually pretty substantial power boost. Something I have to mention, if you found 1 with useful stat, it's not worth it. Like, a rare jewel is going to be better than just, you know, than a single notable. Pretty sure. Because jewels are very strong. But if you're going to find 2 useful notables for you, then it's definitely worth buying, especially that these are, excuse me, these are relatively cheap. As I said, majority of them is going to cost you 1 divine, and you can find some really strong combinations. You just have to look at the tree, what's good for you. There's so many, so many. There's like I could there's probably like 50 of them that are good. I could go over 50, and they're all would be very powerful, right? This one is insane. For example, slow burn, 20% ignite magnitude and duration of the ignite, very strong. There's many. You can go defense here. You can go damage. You can go area. You can do anything. That's the best part about this. I love this jewel, and like forget about the fact that you can get 3, which, this is probably going to get expensive, but if you're lucky, you can maybe like get something really good for like 5 divines or something like that, and it tremendously boosts your character. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you very much for watching. Next video, we're probably going to do the showcase of me doing endgame bosses. This is something I want to do on every character, just to be able to compare how different characters, like, how much they can scale, and how they just, match towards each other. So yeah, and the next video is going to be that, probably in 2 days. Hope you guys will have a fantastic day, and see you next time.